Okay, so I told you that just like pretty much any organ in the body, kidneys have some hormonal functions. These functions could be split into two groups. First, you have the hormones that are actually produced in kidney and then go to the rest of the body to do their thing. And second group of hormones would be the hormones that are produced elsewhere but exert their effects on the kidney. So the first group are the hormones produced in kidney. And there are three main ones that you should know. So first is renin. If you remember, renin is produced in the juxtaglomerular apparatus. Produced in juxtaglomerular apparatus. There's a part of, let's say, nephron that's somewhere between the distal tubule and the efferent arteriole. It's part of the RAS system, so renin, angiotensin, aldosterone system. This pathway has many functions, especially the angiotensin part. However, renin itself, it just takes angiotensin or gen and turns into angiotensin. Pretty much it acts as a like ignition for this pathway. And as I said, many functions in this pathway, but most importantly, renin plays a role in regulating blood pressure. So blood pressure regulation. I'm going to be talking about all of these hormones in more detail later on when you have endocrine. Okay, next hormone, vitamin D. The vitamin D is not produced just in kidney, or to be more precise, the steps in its production are located in the skin, liver, and in kidney. The last part of the vitamin D production, the lionel hydroxylation, occurs in the kidneys. And the function of vitamin D, you might know that has something to do with calcium. And most importantly, vitamin D stimulates the calcium absorption in the gut. So calcium absorption in gut. And it also increases bone turnover. So in a healthy person, healthy metabolism, what's going to happen when you have when your vitamin D increases? That's going to lead to increased absorption of calcium in the gut, and then the calcium will be put into the bones. Vitamin D deficiency is called either osteomalacia or rickets, depending on the age group, and it can lead to brittle bones. However, also hypervitaminosis D can also lead to problems with bones because of this part, because of increased bone turnover. In hypervitaminosis D, what can happen? The bone turnover is so high that you're destroying way too much bone. Then what can you rebuild? And so you can actually lose the bone mass in a hypervitaminosis D, just like in vitamin D deficiency. Okay, and last hormone produced in the kidneys will be the erythropoietin. So erythropoietin, and you might have heard about this hormone. It's the stuff that lots of endurance athletes in the 19s and early 2000s have been using. This hormone is produced in the kidney, moves into the bone marrow, and stimulates red blood cell production. So that's the first group of hormones, and then the second group of hormones. So hormones acting on kidney. So again, three hormones. First one, aldosterone. And aldosterone is actually the end of the renin, angiotensin, aldosterone pathway. And what it does is that it enters the circulation around distal tubule and collecting duct, and there it stimulates sodium and water reabsorption and excretion of either potassium or protons. So aldosterone part of RAS, and it leads to sodium and water reabsorption in the collecting duct or distal tubule, and potassium and proton excretion. And from this you could guess like what's the point in having aldosterone. One thing is that it helps to maintain let's say the amount of blood in the circulation. Second thing is that since it leads to excretion of potassium and protons, it has also some effect on kalemia and on pH of the bodily fluids. Okay. Next hormone, antidiuretic hormone. Also called vasopressin. Okay, and this hormone goes to the collecting duct, stimulates the release of aquaporins in the cells of the collecting duct, and allows the water from the forming urine to enter the bloodstream. So water reabsorption in the collecting duct, in collecting duct, and just to reinforce the idea, this water is so-called free water because it does not have any associated ions with it, and through the function of the ADH you can actually regulate the osmolarity of the blood. Okay. The last hormone, the PTH, parathyroid hormone. Parathyroid hormone, and again many functions, however most importantly is to calcium reabsorption in the distal tubule, and also to phosphate excretion in the proximal tubule, and also has some effects on the vitamin D production, etc. But these are the most important. Yeah, and this is it for the hormone functions of kidneys. Again, we're going to be talking more about the hormones when we hit the endocrine.